All right, so this last matchup is the Yankees, Toronto. I just finished the video with Boston and the Angels. I told you why Angels were the play. Now I'm going to show you why the Yanks here, New York, is the play. If you're a type of person that would bet on a favorite like this, you would have a higher probability of winning a game like this than, another favorite that you didn't really research. But if you research this game, Tanaka would be a solid play here. And they ended up winning 1-0. Now, if you look at his stats, just like I mentioned with Andrew Kashner, why he was such a bad play, look at Tanaka here. And I'll tell you, this is why he would be, he's always held accountable in his starts. If you look at his previous starts, he always responds after a loss. Okay, so this is the current game right here against Toronto. He went 8 innings pitched, gave up no earned runs. Now look at his previous game against New York or against Baltimore. He gave up 5 runs here. 5.1 innings pitched, gave up 5 runs to Baltimore. He came back, followed up with a great performance against Toronto. You see, some pitchers do this, some pitchers don't. This is why you got to do the research. So if you look further back, all right, now this one's interesting. You could be fooled by this if you don't do the proper research, okay? So we're looking at some games where he had, a really bad performance. I'm not too concerned about 4 earned runs here. This is a bad performance with 5 earned runs against Colorado at home, okay? And look what happened. He gave up 12 the next game, okay? And this was that crazy game against Boston. Wild game and very high scoring, okay? So you want to take a look to see if this was a fluke game, okay? And if you take a look at it, he was actually even money against Boston here. So he wasn't even favored. So that's another big important thing you have to look at. You have to see if he's an actual favorite in the game. He wasn't a favorite here on July 25th. So you can exclude this game because of the fact they didn't even have him as the favorite. All right. So normally he does respond pretty well as the favorite though. Okay. So let's go back to July 25th and see. All right. Let's check to see if he was a favorite or not. I bet he wasn't a favorite. Okay, July 5th, July 25th, he definitely was not a favorite. So look at, you see here, he was a favorite of 133, and look what's happening here. You see this? It's going all the way down to almost even money here. You see, he opened as a favorite 133. And it dropped to 105 here, 107. So look what's happening. The sharp money is coming in on Boston. So that's another game you could research. You would have to research the game, but look what's happening. The money is coming toward Boston. This is why you get that 19-3 lopsided score. You see that? He's not really the favorite anymore. So his response after, you can't really count this, as him not responding. All right, let's look a little bit further back. All right, so he went 0.2 innings pitch, gave up 6 here, comes back against Tampa Bay. All right, got the no decision, and he gave up 4. All right, so that I don't consider that a poor performance, but for the most part, he really doesn't have too many bad performances. All right, you see his earned runs. He gives up about 1 to 3 runs every time. Look at, he gave up 5 here against the Angels, came back and gave up 3. Okay, and we're not even checking to see if he's favored in these games. So pretty much, he responds after a really poor outing. You see here against the White Sox, he gave up 5 earned runs, came back and gave up only 1. You see, so this Tanaka as the favorite here, there's a high probability of him winning this game. This game today that he pitched against Toronto, there was a very high probability, especially with this line going up. You see that? But like I said, I don't bet favorites, but this is a favorite that you would want to take a look at if you are that type of person to play favorites. So you just got to check to see if the pitcher is held accountable. Does he respond after a poor performance? You have to look at that. And unlike Andrew Kashner, you see, he doesn't respond pretty well. He doesn't respond after poor performances like Tanaka does. So this is what you have to look at when you're playing, especially on a favorite. So that's gonna do it for this video. So that's the difference between, favorites, that pitchers that respond as being the favorite, and pitchers that are, pretty much even open up as even money or a small favorite and the line drops or goes the other direction. So those are things you have to look at when you're trying to find and piece together who's going to win and who's not going to win. So I'll be back with another video. So comment, rate, and subscribe. I'll see you then.